Yo, shout out to Sir Bravian for such a magnificent song. So, kick it off, bruv. The whole slate is coming. Let's get it.
Like a thunder roll.
Hit that like button, guys.
PlayStation faithful right down to their soul.
Let's get this thing, man.
Exclusives were a fortress wall.
We say the whole slate. The whole slate is coming, man.
Start to fall. Final Fantasy remake, Death Stranding 2, showing up on Xbox. What you gonna do? Fanboys crying, petitions in hand, but real gamers just understand. Whole slate's coming, hear the thunder roll. Whole slate's coming, crashing through your soul. Whole slate's coming, no escaping fate. Whole slate's coming through the Game Pass gate. Fanboys crying, shouting in vain. You lost your grip and losing your game. Could've spoke with your wallet, but you stood still. Now Xbox to experience the whole damn thrill. Whole slate's coming, Joel and Ellie too. Whole slate's coming, intergalactic coming through. Whole slate's coming, watch Killzone ignite. Whole slate's coming, I feel
Whole slate is coming, man.
resistance tonight.
The whole
Where is factions? Where is factions? Where is factions?
She gone, man.
Last of Us taking a brand new ride. Shadow of the Colossus standing by Xbox's side. Uncharted treasures ready to show.
come on, man. Let's do this thing.
Sackboy packing up and he's ready to go. Bloodborne shadows creeping slow. Ratchet and Clank putting on a show. Could've stopped this if you bought the game, but you just whined and now it's all the same. Whole slate's coming, hear the thunder roll. Whole slate's coming, crashing through your soul. Whole slate's coming, no escaping fate. Whole slate's coming through the Game Pass gate. Whole slate's coming.
Yeah, buddy. The whole slate is coming. How are you guys going tonight, man? How are you guys going tonight? I see there's a couple of ponies in the chat, and these couple of ponies here, they're angry. They're angry tonight, man. So how are you guys doing? Tonight we have a wonderful show for you guys. So stay tuned. Get some popcorn, man. We have to talk about it. Well, tonight we have a regular at this point. That is D Easy. D Easy, how you doing, man? How you doing this beautiful Sunday evening?
I'm good.
Well, D Easy, man, we are all good. Good. You know why we are good, D Easy?
What's that?
The whole slate is coming. Everything PlayStation has, it's coming, whether you like it or not. Yeah? Whether if Sony ports it to the Xbox or whether we get it through, a different means, some different means that Sony and these ponies may not like. So the easy, here what I will have you do. Are you
Hmm.
seeing the chat? Are you seeing the chat there? The easy. Give
Yes.
these guys a beautiful shout out. Start from the top. I'm seeing damn good 75 is the first one. Start off with him, man.
All right. Shout out to Damn Good 75. Why so serious? Sasuke Eisen. No, that's Sosuke.
Yeah, so Skyzen.
Sosuke Eisen. K-Rock, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
Biscuitin Triscuit. That's
Yeah.
that's a whole meal.
Well, now you're talking.
Island Girl ACD.
Hey, you know what these? You know who's that, right?
That who's that?
That's the wifey there, man. The wifey's listening. Continue, man.
All right. Big B Money.
Big B
Yeah.
money.
What's yeah? Vince C.
Vinci. What about Josh? John. Don't forget John, man.
Oh yes. John Bush. What's up, John?
John Bush. Big up
Okay.
yourself. Big up your family, man.
Do we big up the ponies?
Huh?
Do we big up the ponies?
The only thing we do for the ponies is carry them by the vet to get dewormed. And that's it. We don't big up no ponies in here, man. Get out of here, pony.
Anime Source Central.
Listen to me. If you want the best source for anime, you have to go to Anime Source Central. It's the only source that is
Mhm.
central. Come on, man.
Right. Indie Press Music. What is that?
Indie press music. Listen to me. We are worldwide. We are international, man. Even the indie music team is here, man. Come on, DZ.
Of course. I think that's it for the chat for now.
That's it for the chat. So, guys, don't forget to hit the like. Let's see if we could get the likes up to 50. Thanks so much for tuning in. This week was a serious week in the sense that there was a lot of things that seemingly was not positive for Xbox. In addition to that, we would have gotten a little insight into the Tokyo Game Show. And addition to that, we would have seen something that is the worst fear for these ponies. And a matter of fact, this week, even Tim Dog was tweaking. Look at Tim Dog. Look at Tim Dog here, man. Look how he's trembling here. Timmy, watch, be careful. Gosh, come on, Timmy. Listen to me. Even Tim Dog was tweaking this week. So we have a lot of persons who was saying a lot this week. So the first story we have this week is, Microsoft. What Microsoft is going to do at the Tokyo Game Show. We know the Tokyo Game Show, and we know that Microsoft is not strong in Japan as they would like to be. But no doubt the Tokyo Game Show should be a nice, gateway to helping the Japanese consumers know what to expect for Xbox. So the first topic here is talking point. What are your plans for Tokyo Game Show next week? As we approach the Tokyo Game Show 2025 next week, guys, don't forget, you guys could put into the chat what you all think Microsoft would show at the Tokyo Game Show. We are getting pretty excited what Xbox might show off this year. Microsoft present at the event has been steadily growing in recent years, and all rumors are pointing towards the team making one of the biggest TGS reveals ever this year. So we are hearing that Microsoft might make a big reveal, but let's see if these guys are on point here. Despite this promising to be a big year for Xbox at TGS, we understand that the live stream times are kind of awkward for certain parts of the world. The US West Coast folks are looking at 3 a.m. No one is getting up to watch this at 3 a.m. Let's be real. But for the main Microsoft stream on September 25th at Famitsu on the 27th, and the East Coast time 6 a.m., you might get some fans getting up at 6 a.m. to watch it. Isn't much easier on the sleep schedule. So, with that in mind, what are your plans for the event this year? Are you making a special effort uh, in case Horizon 6 gets revealed during the show? Or is it simply too awkward for you to stay, get up, and watch the broadcast at silly o'clock in your part of the world? So, guys, what are you thinking Microsoft might show? So, now there's big speculation that Microsoft might reveal Forza Horizon 6 at the Tokyo Game Show. I mean, I'm guessing Ninja Gaiden might be shown again at the Tokyo Game Show. What else could Microsoft show at the Tokyo Game Show, guys? Let me know. But Daisy, you ever watch the Tokyo Game Show or E3 or any one of these shows? These game shows?
Just glimpses of it. But I know the Forza is a real good game. I've seen it.
Yes. Sosuke is saying that he is looking forward to Fable. Fable could be announced. Persona, I believe Persona 6 would be announced, but I don't know if they would announce it at the Microsoft show. Hey, Rizzy is in the house, a member. This is a sickness. What's happening, Jay? Hey, I'm good, Daisy. I'm really, really good this evening. Let me say shout out to Rizzy, and let me say shout out to Professor Strong. Listen to me. Daisy, Professor Strong, he's a strong professor. He's the only professor in the show, by the way. He's saying Forza Horizon 6, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Final Fantasy 7. Ponies, we have your game, man. Your game is on our platform. Yeah, buddy. So, I mean, there's a lot to expect for the Tokyo Game Show. We just have to wait and see what Microsoft would reveal, if it would have any surprises. The time schedule, guys, would be kind of tricky. I don't know what Microsoft, but I know Tokyo is like a day ahead of us. So we'll see. We'll maybe react to the recap, but we'll see what's happening there at the Tokyo Game Show. So next up, guys, there was some bad news for some this week. Why were there bad news? Maybe I can have the Rizzy read this article here for us. Apparently, Microsoft would have raised their prices on the Xbox Series console, right? They would have raised the prices, and of course, when they raise the prices, no, this isn't the article. Let me go to the article. When they raise the prices, a lot of persons were crying. A lot of persons were gnashing their teeth. A lot of persons were saying Microsoft is the most evil company there is. Let's read this article here. What is it saying here? Hello?
Yeah. Trying to see it.
You seen it there?
Microsoft is raising Xbox console prices in the US again. 5 months after its last price increase.
So listen to me. A lot of persons saying why Microsoft is doing this. Because a lot of gamers are saying this.
It's like, I can't eat! I'm broke!
You understand? A lot of these gamers are saying they're broke. Microsoft, what are you doing? We are hungry here. We can't buy eggs. We can't buy bread. But you are charging $800 for a console? What's going on here? Everywhere I turn this week, gamers were saying this.
It's like, I can't eat! I'm broke!
Yeah, everywhere I turn, they were saying it. Right? You could continue reading the article. Easy.
Right.
What it says there, Microsoft increasing the price
of Xbox consoles in the US again just 5 months after its last price increase. The company announced back in May that it was increasing the prices of its consoles globally, including the price of the Xbox Series X and S consoles in the US by 180 respectively.
Woo! Go ahead.
Right.
Now it's
Now it's announced that it's raising the prices even further, but only in the United States this time due to changes. Right.
right. So that's the big thing there. A lot of persons were pushing that Microsoft was raising the consoles around the world. This increase is only in the US. That doesn't make it better, by the way, but I just wanted to note that this price increase is only in the USA. Continue.
Right. This time due to changes in the macroeconomic environment.
Mm-hmm.
According to a newly updated support page, the price increase will take effect from October 3rd. Both the 512 and the 1 terabyte models of Xbox Series S will see $20 increases on top of the $80 increases they received in May, while the Xbox Series X and Xbox Digital will see their prices raised a further 50.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is a very rare generation. I have never seen this in my gaming career ever. We know when it is we buy games, when we are early adopters, we have to pay a premium, right?
Right.
And as the years go on, the consoles tend to drop in price. I remember when the PlayStation 3 came out, we paid the PlayStation 3 you paid like $600, and after some years it went down to $300 and $200, and going down. Same thing with the Xbox. The Xbox the Xbox 360, the Xbox One started off at a high price, and then as the years go on, they made it slimmer and the price decreased. This is the first year I am seeing consoles are not going down with age, it's going up. It's looking like this is LAN, or if it's gold or something, man. I mean, this is unbelievable. So we are seeing here the new charges or no changes in full as followed. And be reminded, guys, that these changes will take effect in October. So if it is you are still, for some reason, still in the market to buy a new console, you can cop it now at the original price until the price increase takes effect. So the Xbox Series S 512, it used to be $399, or rather $379, and now, no, sorry, it used to be $299, and then it was $379, and then it's now $400. That's the Xbox Series S 512 version. Right? The Xbox Series X digital version were at $450. Then it came to $550. Now it's $599. Woo, woo, woo! Somebody ain't eating eggs this month. And then we have the Xbox Series X. This is the disc version. Started off at $500. This is what I paid for it. And then it went to $599. And now it's $650. Wow, wow, wow. Let me shout out Why So Serious, Avgator 2000. What up, Avgator? TJ Johnson. That's a strong name there, man. TJ Johnson. Welcome, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Here, what? Support your boy. I'm looking to get a new mic, guys. This mic is tripping. I'm saving money to buy a new mic. Throw something in the chat, support your boy. Let's get a mic team going here. So yes, and now we have, this one is where everyone is complaining about. Xbox Series X, the 2 terabyte black version is $800. How do you feel about that, Deezy? Does that price make your paws raise? I mean, Microsoft is out here saying,
I'm not looking for friends in this thing, people. I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for money.
But let me be honest, guys. I am not happy with this price increase. I know the tariffs have a big part to play in it, but that is just to show you how messed up the world is today, where because of these stupid tariffs, these consoles could go up. I'm really not pleased with it. But I mean, Microsoft could have done something better? Yes. Do we understand where it's coming from? Yes. But let me tell you something. Back in the day, I was never a party goer, easy. But back in the day, didn't you? It used to have a special for persons who come to a party early.
Yes, yeah.
What they used to call that special?
The early bird?
The early bird. Only hear that bird tweeting there? That is what they call the early bird special. I got the early bird special. Daisy. I got the early. I mean, when did Xbox Series X drop? I was doing this. I was tweeting my way to the store because I know I wanted to be early, right? So we got the early bird special. All who got the Xbox Series X at $500 got the early bird special. The console that is still giving the PlayStation 5 Pro a run for its money. The console that right now is outperforming the PlayStation 5 Pro in many games, a run for its money. So yes, I am not happy with this price increase, but if you were part of the early bird, all I got to say to you is this. Tweet. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to throw something in the chat to support your boy. I'm looking for a new mic. So we are moving on from that. I mean, I'm sorry for the new gamers who are looking for the Xbox at this point in time. But what would I say? That's your fault. Now, there's something that is happening. There's something that is happening, guys. You see, the PlayStation community had a lot to say about a week ago. The PlayStation community said that the Xbox community was wrong to say that PlayStation was putting their games everywhere. We said the whole slate was coming. You heard Brov's song. Shout out to Brovian. The whole slate is coming. That is what Brov said, right? That is what a lot of Xbox fans said. And the ponies said that that was cap. And a matter of fact, there was articles that was put out last week to indicate that Sony was going back to selling consoles only. Let's listen and let's see what these ponies said that was happening last week when they said, no. Sony is not changing the model. They are going to remain first party only. Let's listen to this article here.
Of game revenue beyond console. As a strategic indicator from its corporate report, Sony Group has omitted mention of game revenue beyond console.
So when Sony omitted game revenue beyond consoles, a lot of the ponies came on Twitter and said, aha, we caught you guys. A lot of the ponies came on Twitter and said this.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
That's what the ponies said, right? Listen to the report.
As a strategically emphasized indicator from its corporate report this year. In its corporate report for the year 2025, Sony Group has altered the framing of priorities for its game and network business. Game revenue beyond console was previously listed as one of Sony Interactive Entertainment's strategically emphasized indicators, indicating the company's intent to grow its footprint on platforms.
So this article points out that here what Sony recently said that they need to grow their revenue beyond the console. We were reasoning with these ponies. You are not enough. Ponies, listen to me again. I will say it to you clearly. You are not enough to prevent Sony from porting games to other platforms. PC, Nintendo, and the word that you love to hear, Xbox. You are simply not enough. We told these ponies that. The ponies and them didn't want to believe it. Sony came out and said they didn't want to believe it. Listen.
Outside of the PlayStation console ecosystem, primarily PC and mobile. This year, however, the metric has been omitted. Instead, non-console efforts have been folded into the broader platform business strategy under the goal of continued expansion of user base and multi-device ecosystem. The language suggests that Sony still sees value in reaching players.
Let me say shout out to RC, Alien Squid, and also Prime 187. I mean, it's 187 ways to be Prime. And who again? Who did I miss? Okay, shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button.
Beyond PlayStation hardware. But the decision to no longer track game revenue beyond console as a strategically emphasized indicator raises questions about how aggressively the company intends to pursue that growth. On one hand, the omission might indicate a softening of focus on PC and mobile revenue as a
So this article is saying that how Sony omitted the game revenue, the multiplayer game revenue, is that they are softening on putting games onto PC, softening on putting games onto Xbox and Nintendo. And the ponies were rejoicing last week. Remember, guys, these guys were rejoicing last week that Sony went back to the old model. Listen.
Distinct growth driver. While ports like Helldivers 2 have seen success on PC, performance has varied, and some first-party releases have failed to make a major impact compared to console sales.
You think Sony is going to ignore what Helldivers 2 did? Any pony in the chat, you think Sony is going to ignore what Helldivers 2 is doing for the company, bringing in more revenue? If you think that Sony is going to ignore what Helldivers 2 is doing, I have one word for you.
Y'all smoking crack. Something is wrong with you people.
Yes. If you think that they are going to ignore it, I'm very sorry. You have to be smoking crack cocaine.
Sony Group may now view these initiatives as supplementary rather than central to its strategy. On the other hand, this change could simply be a matter of presentation rather than a pivot in strategy. So
this article says they are not going to pivot back to the old strategy. Sony says that they want more revenue. They need more revenue. And they have to change their model if they intend to get it. You cannot do the same thing over and over, selling to a number of horses and ponies, expecting to get more revenue. You are not enough.
Focusing on PS5 hardware sales, monthly active users, and views, and total gameplay hours as its key indicators. Sony is essentially highlighting its core platform health rather than revenue streams by platform. Non-console contributions are still part of the company's growth plans, but may now be considered just one element of a larger engagement-driven ecosystem.
Yeah. So, hey, let me say shout out to Archangel Nexus. What up, my dude? How you and your guy doing across there, man? I hope you guys doing okay and stuff. Yeah?
Given Sony Interactive Entertainment's stated commitment to a multi-device ecosystem and its ongoing investment in PC ports, live service titles, and transmedia projects, this omission doesn't necessarily indicate a change in trajectory. Rather, it may reflect the company's confidence that console-first engagement remains the most reliable driver of long-term growth, even as it continues to expand its IP beyond its hardware and even gaming.
Right. So this is what happened last week, where a lot of ponies said, yes, these Xbox guys don't know what they're talking about. The whole slate is not coming. This is what you guys get for spreading wrong information. This is what the PlayStation crew said last week, right? And a matter of fact, the X-Fire or the Crossfire podcast did comment on it. Now here we have Mag. He used to be a Xbox guy, but now he's a pseudo insider, so-called insider. And he says he's neutral. He's no longer making fun of ponies. He's no longer making fun of the Xbox. He's neutral, right? So listen to what he is saying, that he has a sauce. We're not talking about tartar sauce or hot sauce or barbecue sauce. He have a sauce as he spoke to some guy who told him what is PlayStation strategy. And he's basically saying Sony is not going to bring any of their first-party games over to Xbox. Listen to what he's saying here.
But Mag, while we have the great Mag here, and guys, we can always come back to this if you want. Mag, let's talk about this. So Sony removes the multi-format revenue from their strategic indicators. I just want to know from you, what do you think from what you're hearing, from what you're reading, what effect will this have on the game development and PlayStation's future moving forward? That's a big change from what we were hearing earlier, and there's kind of a part two to it as well. Basically, PlayStation first-party studios advancing their position as, in quotes, creative leaders in single-player experiences. These are two shifts that we're seeing from the wording years back. What do you think, Mag? Is this are we the community reading too much into this, or is
So listen carefully to what Mark is going to say, right? He's going to speak in absolutes here. Listen to what he's saying.
PlayStation, in your opinion, making a shift maybe to what their original goals were when they made first player games and didn't worry so much about the multiplayer space?
There was no shift. And I've stood firm on this from the beginning. And even
So what he's saying here is that Sony never made a shift. Sony never, the same strategy that Sony had in the PlayStation 1 era, in the PlayStation 2 era, this is the same strategy Sony is using today. This is what Mark is saying. Mark is saying that here what? Forget about Sony publishing a game on Xbox for the first time ever in history. They have not changed. Forget about them publishing a game on Nintendo for the first time in history. Sony has never changed. Mark is saying this is the same Sony from the from the PlayStation 1 era. Are these guys for real?
when I do my show with Colt and I have a long-standing bet right now as we go back and forth, and I'm like, they're not doing what you think they're going to do. When we had,
what do you mean they're not doing what we think they are going to do? We see what PlayStation is doing. They brought one of their first-party IPs onto Xbox. They published it, and now it's doing magnificent. It's sold a lot. Not too bad for a dead platform.
talks about the third-party stuff and this and that. I said the only way that you, for example, I'm not going to get into that whole conversation because that's not the question you asked. However, I just want to use it.
That's all right. Go ahead. Use it as context. Sure.
Yes.
Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. We are just on 29 likes. Let's see if we can get the likes up to 50 likes.
Just as a little bit of context here, and what I was going to say is, I said the only way that you're going to get access, for example, let's say on an Xbox, as I put gigantic quotations on it, whether it's this under the TV PC thing that's that's a Xbox, but basically it's a PC. You're going to have access to the Steam market, to the Windows Store, and whatever else. That is where you're going to get your PlayStation games. So, for example, that should be no surprise. It's starting with the raw guy.
So what he's saying is that the only how we Xbox guys could get PlayStation games is via the new console that reportedly is having other storefronts on it, right? So that's the only how Xbox will be able to play, Xbox gamers will be able to play PlayStation games. This is what Mag is saying. Now listen to him carefully. Don't forget to save this live stream, because when it happens, we are going back for him.
Ally X,
right,
in a month or so or whatever, and that is going to be your access moving forward. So yes, you will be able to play Spider-Man 2. You will be able to play whatever, God of War Ragnarok. You will be able to do that, but it has to have the access to the PC or be able to sideload the PC. As for making a development specifically for Xbox, never going to happen.
So you heard what he said. He said it is never going to happen. There's an old saying, never say never. I mean, Mark's supposed to be around 50 years or over 50. He never heard that saying, never say never. You can say there's a high probability of it not happening, but never said never. He's sounding like if he is on the Sony's board.
It's just going to be for the PC only, hence why even Xbox is changing. Eventually, they're not going to be developing for an Xbox console. It's going to be streamlined PC across the board. And that's going to be the strategy for both.
Hey, what up, Delmas, what up? Welcome, my dude. Hope you and the family doing okay, man.
Both companies moving forward when it comes to expanding beyond the hardware. Now, as for PlayStation, their plans have never changed.
So again, this is Mark talking again. The PlayStation today is the same PlayStation in the PlayStation 3 era, the same PlayStation in the PlayStation 4 era, and the same PlayStation in the PlayStation 1 era. PlayStation has never changed. The only change that we saw is with Xbox. This is what Mark is saying. This guy is crazy and delusional.
I'm not going to get into it because people are just like, I'm full of shit or whatever. I did speak to someone at PlayStation. I remember the stuff about Insomniac. I said 2 months ago, by the way, that the Venom game is real, and they did switch around the release dates because it turns out the Wolverine development was actually moving along better than they had anticipated. So they put Wolverine first. They're moving out Venom a little bit later on as to work on new tech that's going to be utilized also in Spider-Man 3 for PlayStation 6. Now, that being said, sorry, that was a big mouthful there. There is no change in strategy for PlayStation. Their strategy...
Guys, didn't PlayStation change their strategy? Everyone with two eyes and two ears, and those who are playing PlayStation games right now on the Xbox, Kojima game, we see PlayStation signs is coming up on Xbox. I mean, there's so many games on Xbox right now from PlayStation. How could Mark sit down there with a straight face and tell the audience that nothing changed in PlayStation? This never happened in the PlayStation 3 era. This never happened in the PlayStation 2 era. Obviously, they changed. Brando of Doom, what up, man?
Strategy is going to remain the same. It's going to remain the same for PlayStation 6. What they're going to do is continue to make single player or even whatever, co-op adventures, whatever they're going to do, they're going to continue to do that moving forward in order to sell the hardware. Because as it stands right now, and I believe as it's going to continue to stand into the next generation, whether I'm right or wrong, but I think that I'm right in this respect, is that the only access right now and in the near future, the only access to the PlayStation Store is through the console. So when I see people arguing online and fighting and this and that, saying, oh, it's just a piece of plastic. And I'm like, you guys don't see the forest through the trees. It's not the plastic that PlayStation cares about or Sony cares about. It's the fact that that is the access to the store. Because at the end of the day, I've said it here a million times. I've said it everywhere else a million times. They don't give a shit about what it is you're doing. They just want you to have access to the store.
Yeah,
that is what it all boils down to. So you want to buy that Cardi B skin with her in a thong and an M4 carbine for a Call of Duty 7 or Call of Duty 8, whatever, Black Ops 8? Well, you're going to get it there. You're going to buy it on PlayStation because you're already at the store. You want to buy...
Yeah, but besides being on the store, right now, we are seeing the numbers that Helldivers 2 is doing on the Xbox. I mean, we even have some metrics that are suggesting that Helldivers 2, for the first 6 days, sold more on Xbox than it did on PlayStation. So Sony is poised to make a lot of money from Helldivers 2 because of what happened there with that game being on Xbox. They didn't be concerned about the store then. If these games continue to sell well on Xbox, Sony rather is not going to business about the store. They are just going to business about who is buying the games, who is playing the games, and they would want the games to be sold and play everywhere once these games are selling. Mark my words.
You want to buy Beavis and Butthead, you're going to buy it on the PlayStation Store. They get their percentage, and that's where they make their billions of dollars. Okay, it's not from selling, a couple of, a million copies of this or a little bit of that or whatever.
What's up, Yataza? What's up, man? Welcome. These ponies out here tripping, Yataza.
A lot of it is microtransactions that build up over time. Fortnite. The big one is Roblox. All those ones. Call of Duty. I don't have to list off all the games. Point is that, and that's never changed, they don't hinge the business on the sales of first-party games. Those sales help fund other games moving forward.
That's why they're going to bring it to Xbox. The reason why these games are going to make it to Xbox is because it funds other games, right? So right now, sales would have dried up for plenty of the single-player games on PlayStation. These ponies aren't still buying these single-player games on PlayStation. So why would Sony let these games sit on the shelf collecting dust? If you, Daisy, if you had a product that sold to your customers for years and your customers stopped by it, and it just happened that you got a totally different audience that you can sell the same product to, would you sell it, Daisy?
Yes, of course. It's business.
Come on. I mean, it makes sense. Why would Sony have all these games on the shelf collecting dust? These ponies aren't buying it, and they can bring it to other platforms and it would sell 1 million, or 2, or 3. That is more monies in the coffers for Sony. It makes absolutely no sense for Sony to have these games on the shelf.
What that is that is fuel to get people into the storefront, to buy the hardware, get them into the storefront. So, and that is never going to change. So, for example, you're coming up on 100, well, what is it, 80, 85 million, 90 million consoles sold, whatever the hell it is. And by the time Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, it'll be 115, 120, maybe even 130. Who knows? Because it's not going to be available on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One.
Right.
So people who are going to be forced to play that, or
Now, a lot of persons are saying that GTA 6 would push the consoles, right? Now, that would be true. Now, it's very interesting to see how the consoles would be pushed, seeing that there is a price increase on all the consoles. So how would GTA 6 do? How would persons buy the consoles? Because they can't get it on PC. That would be an interesting watch.
Want to play that, they're going to be forced to buy current gen hardware. But what I'm trying to get at is that the strategy was never shifted. It never changed. The only people who've done...
Mark, stop line. Sony changed. Sony changed big time. That is why you ponies are losing your fur, because they changed. The outrage that the reason why we had a PlayStation Civil War a couple months ago because of the change. Why are you lying?
That are the people with online discourse. They're like with their own theories and own thoughts, and it's fair to have those thoughts. And no one's saying you're right or no one's saying you're wrong. You're fair and free to feel and say whatever you think is going to happen in the future or how there's a business is going to run. But I am absolutely telling you there is no change in the strategy. That's all I'm trying to say. So there is no shift.
No change.
This will continue. You've never heard? Have you heard them? Let me ask you a question. Have you heard them officially say?
We don't have to hear them, Mark. We are seeing what they're doing. We saw that they put Helldivers onto Xbox. We are seeing what they are doing. We don't need to hear them say it.
We're putting games over here, or we're switching our strategy, or this and that. Not really.
No.
What ends up happening is there are a lot of vague statements put out there and then have been turned, twisted.
And it's right. It's just 4 games. This is what the Xbox community went through. It's just 4 games. This is the same thing what you guys are going through.
Changed, and manipulated into something different, which I never believed from day one.
Yeah.
And when I spoke to someone about it, they literally laughed.
Now, guys, tell me how you think Mark is going to switch this when we see an actual first-party AAA game come to Xbox. How he's going to twist what he's saying here. Because these guys are insiders, right? He said somebody told him that this will never happen. Don't forget, these guys are insiders. Let me say shout out to Yataza, my boy Yataza, with the $2 euro. Yataza is saying, Pony's just realizing the Sony multiplat motives. I mean, yeah, when it hits them, Yataza, I tell you, that salt is going to be so sweet. It's going to be so sweet, Yataza, but they would have to burn to learn.
They said not a chance in hell is that happening. So there it is. So there is no change in strategy, long story longer. It's going to continue to do that because that is their avenue for their success for the future, is being able to access the PlayStation Store. You cannot access the PlayStation Store on Steam. You cannot access it on the Windows Store. You only one place. And that's why it's so important for them to have first party whether it's single player or not or whatever, they're going to remain exclusive, and they're going to do that, and they're going to continue to make single player games and everything else. I know the multiplat.
They're easy. What you could do in the meantime is, if you see any comment in the chat from a member, feel free to highlight it. But it must be a member. So guys, you could become a member. There will be certain member comments that would be highlighted by DayEasy.
There will be games out there that will remain multi-platform. I can guarantee you this. I know they own the Helldivers IP. A Helldivers 3 or whatever the hell is going to when they do a Helldivers 3 next generation, 100% it'll be everywhere. Why? Because it benefits them in the end.
Right.
That is not an indication that God of War Egypt is going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to be everywhere.
So if Helldivers 2 is selling so well on Xbox, don't you think Sony would be thinking, I wonder what else would sell on Xbox. Don't you think they are having these meetings in the boardroom? Is this far-fetched to talk about? Helldivers made a boatload of cash for Sony. Don't you think porting other games to Xbox is something that they would be talking about? Think about it, man. I mean, these guys don't care about your feelings, you know. There is one thing that these guys care about.
I'm not looking for friends in this thing, people. I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for money.
That is what these businesses care about. Money.
It's not. Because
No,
they still want you to buy that hardware to access that.
I think that's very clear. And of course, like you say, people take the words. And the one thing I'll blame the companies, okay, is the vague statements that you said, Meg. I still have no idea. I guess it's maybe they're covering their backside. I don't know what's going on.
So these guys are very, very, I mean, they are delusional. They are saying that here what? There is no way Microsoft would put, or rather Sony would put their first party games on to an Xbox platform. And just to tell you how funny it is, we are going to dance on these ponies. Let me say shout out to P-Lump, my brother P-Lump. How you going, man? I hope you and the family is doing okay. I mean, I'm seeing you killing it there on YouTube, man. Continue your hard work, man. Thank you so much. And he says, stop everything. And let's play that team. Let's play the team song, guys. Listen to me. I tell you, the whole slate is coming. How do you feel about that, the Xbox team? Let's get it. Let's move it. Let's get it. Let's move it. Woo! Yes. The whole slate is coming. I go on and on. And these ponies are. Hey! Copyright, man. I'm feeling to this rap right here, right now, man. Shout out to you, boy Pilam. So, yes. So, these guys are very much determined to say that here what? These games are not coming to Xbox. But they forget that the executive would have said this.
On here, I don't understand why they say what they say, and they can't just come out and be very clear and concise.
All of these ponies forgot what Totoki said. Listen to what Totoki said.
And the other potential driver is the first-party title generation.
So the other potential drivers to make more revenue is first-party. Listen to what he's saying carefully.
Because in the past, as you all know, we wanted to popularize console.
He said in the past, Sony wanted to popularize console. Listen to his words. Listen.
And the title was something, and the first-party title main purpose was to make the hardware or the console.
Listen to what he's saying. He said the main purpose of PlayStation first party used to be to make PlayStation console more popular. This is not my words. Listen to this money-hungry Japanese guy. This guy is not satisfied with just making. Does this guy bald spot look like he's satisfied with making only $5 billion a year? Or a quarter? This bald spot looks like he wants 15 and 20 billion. Not yen, but US. This is what he wants. Totoki is not playing with these ponies. He is saying that the first party AAA games used to be to make their consoles better. Listen to what he's saying now.
So popular, right? It is true, right? But there's
That's
a
true.
synergy to it.
That's
So
synergy to
if
it.
we have a strong first-party content,
Right? That's the game. If you have strong first party content, listen.
not only with our console,
Not only with our consoles. Ponies, listen. The executive here, the director is saying that he don't want their games to be strong only on first party consoles. So Mark would have said what he said. The article would have said what it said. But listen to what he's saying. Listen.
but also other platforms like computers.
Other platforms like computers. He's not only saying it's computers, he's saying other platforms like computers. There's computers, and then there are other platforms. And we are seeing what he said, because since he said that, didn't Helldivers 2 come to Xbox? So why are you ponies living in delusion, thinking that Sony will never bring these games over to Xbox? You guys continue to live in that delusion. Listen again.
And the first party can be grown with the multi-platforms. And
look, he's saying it here. First party could be grown with multi-platforms. Let me repeat it again. First party could be grown with multi-platforms. This is what Totoki is saying. Why are these ponies putting their finger in their ears, not listening to this guy?
That can help operating profit to improve. So that's another one that we want to practically.
That is what he's saying. He wants to improve operating profits. That is what he's saying.
Work on. I personally think there are opportunities out there for improvement of margin. So I would like to go aggressive on improving our margin.
Aggressive. Do you know what's the meaning of aggressive, ponies? Aggressive.
Perform.
Listen to what they would have said on August the 7th. Sony's senior vice president, Sada Heki or Sada Heko, whatever, says they are gradually shifting their gaming business from a hardware-centric business model to a community and engagement-based platform business model. This is what he said. This is another senior vice president is saying this. So why is these ponies looking like or pretending that this cannot happen? Well, guys, let's talk about it. You see, just yesterday, something happened. You know what happened? There's a rumor. Now,
Horizon Zero Dawn.
If this rumor is true, ponies, you are going to cry. If this rumor is true, I suggest Mag come out of the gaming streets, because he would have said on numerous times that guess what? Sony is not bringing any of their first-party games to Xbox. The only how Xbox guys will get PlayStation games is via the new console, via Steam. Listen to this. There is a rumor that Horizon Zero Dawn, a PlayStation first-party exclusive, is coming. It's coming to Xbox. Now, there are many Xbox guys who don't like Horizon. Horizon is not their groove. I mean, it's a game that don't appeal to them. Fine and well. Well, I know this would have its audience. That's what I'm saying, right? But what I'm saying is that I want these ponies to see. I want Alloyd to come on an Xbox platform. And I want Alloyd to wink at these ponies and say to these ponies, you are not enough. I had to come to Xbox. Woo, buddy, listen to me. If that happens, listen to me. That will be such a great day. I mean, me, and a number of different Xbox guys are going to laugh in these ponies' face just like Charlie Murphy. You're gonna laugh. Charlie Murphy. That is what we are going to do. So, for your sakes, ponies, you better hope that this rumor isn't true. Listen.
On seemingly the next PlayStation port coming to Xbox. PlayStation going all out with multi-platform strategy.
Woo! All out with multi-platform strategy.
Story highlight. A new link suggests PlayStation is planning to release Horizon Zero Dawn on Xbox. A similar trend was observed for Helldivers 2.
So guys, this thing has some sort of steam behind it. Because this article is saying, before Helldivers 2 came to Xbox, the same exact thing happened. When it is you go on the internet, you type up Helldivers 2 for Xbox, it was taking you to a page like this. So the same thing happened for Helldivers. So the same thing happening right now for Horizon Zero Dawn. Let me say shout out to the Angelo Parker. What up, man? Struggle Boxing. What up? Our President Jim Ryan. What up, man? Well, I said shout out to Delmas. Who did I miss, man? All right.
Eventually came out for the rivals. If this is indeed true, it seems both companies are adopting a solid multi-platform strategy. Ever since Helldivers 2 launched on Xbox, speculations about more PlayStation titles being ported to Team Green have been surfacing all over the internet, while Sony denied the rumors. It seems it does have plans for more ports anyway.
So there's a plan for more ports. There isn't one PlayStation guy talking about it right now. Right now on Twitter, they're mute. You know what they're talking about? The Xbox price increases. They are ignoring this. They are ignoring this news here, guys. Listen.
Browser. If you currently search for Horizon Zero Dawn Xbox, you can see a link to the game for Xbox. However, if you click on it, it takes you to the German Xbox page. But there, it says that the requested page is not available. Why it matters? PlayStation showed intent to release games on other platforms, but that was primarily for its live.
But I thought PlayStation removed the revenue from multi-platform. I thought that Sony is shifting gears. They're going back to only the console, their console. How are we seeing these rumors? How are we seeing all these evidence pointing to what we know is going to happen? Is there any pony in the chat to help me out here? Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And don't forget to throw something in the chat. We are looking for a new mic. So far, we got $6 tonight. That is going towards the new mic, guys.
Service titles like Helldivers 2. However, it seems that something changed in its policy. Horizon Zero Dawn link for Xbox spotted, indicating an announcement coming soon. We spotted a dedicated link to Horizon Zero Dawn for Xbox, and it doesn't seem like a coincidence at all. Before Helldivers 2 eventually came to Xbox, it saw a similar thing, indicating a solid cause that Horizon could be the next in line. If it is indeed the case, we might see an announcement soon. This would also mark a huge shift in Sony's policies, which have been very rigid in the past. But now, as console wars don't really exist, multi-platform is the way to go. Horizon Zero Dawn could soon be arriving on Xbox.
Wow. Who would have thought that a dead platform would get so much of PlayStation games? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that here what? They said Xbox was dead so many times, but yet all these PlayStation games are being ported by Sony to come over to Xbox. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, ponies.
It has also been actively releasing its flagship titles like Indiana Jones for the PS5, and it looks like Sony is about to do the same. Nonetheless, we will soon find out if the link becomes a reality or if it was just a mistake. Latest up.
Yes. So this is some big rumors, guys. Sony is about to port their other game to Xbox, and this time is Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, do you think that soon they would be porting Spider-Man? Would they port God of War? What is Sony cooking? Do you think these games, because these are big games, right? Do you think these big games have a chance of getting a native port from Sony onto Xbox? Regardless, we are getting the whole slate via the new console. However, do you think Sony at any point in time would port these games over to Xbox? Now, this is some big rumors here. We are seeing Horizon Zero Dawn is happening. What do you guys think in the comment section? Now, some person would ask, why would Sony want to port Horizon over to Xbox? Well, listen to what Shuei said here.
Oftentimes the second game do better because they are always.
So Horizon sold well, and Yoshida is talking about his second game.
Already millions of fans. But sometimes, the one I was a bit surprised, in terms.
So Yoshida is saying he was surprised about this game. Listen to what Yoshida said surprised him.
So the number of units did was the second Horizon game.
Okay.
Second Horizon game surprised Yoshida.
I loved Horizon game and the game did well. And I was hoping that the sequel would do even better in terms of sales. The game was bigger and
Did ponies buy the second Horizon as much as they bought the first Horizon? Yoshida is saying no, they didn't. He was expecting the sequel to do more, but these ponies disappointed Yoshida.
great.
Of course.
But I don't think the second one did as many units as the first one.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is really, really interesting when it comes to what Sony is doing. Sony is bringing more games over to Xbox, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see the meltdown. I mean, we are going to have a really good time with that meltdown. At the same time, guys, we have Tim Dog. Tim Dog is trying his hardest to come back to Xbox, but we are telling Tim Dog, please stay over by PlayStation. Tim Dog has a curse, guys, and he wants to bring that heaviness on the Xbox. Tim Dog, stay over there, because it's very clear that you have a sickness.
This is a sickness. It is deviant, therefore we don't want it.
Don't want it over here, Tim Dog. Stay across there. Listen to what Tim Dog is saying here.
Just going for a walk, getting into Xbox again. Yeah, man. Maybe some Doom tonight. Power of Game Pass.
Tim Dog is saying the power of Game Pass. This guy cursed Xbox out for the best part of 6 months. Now he's saying he's getting back into Xbox. He's going to play Doom with the power of Game Pass.
Power of Xbox. You know, Phil's looking good lately.
This guy is saying Phil is looking good. I mean, Tim Dog, you are tweaking, man. I mean, you really want to come back in the Xbox community.
Let's go!
Come on. We love you, dance fit. Dance it out. Come on, Timmy.
Come on! Come on! Come on! I see you, Pat.
Timmy's losing weight. He's walking. He's dancing back. I mean, being on the PlayStation team, he really did drop a lot of weight.
He's been in the gym, getting ready for the new console war. So, you know, just want to let you guys know that I'm back on Xbox and I'm fighting for the cause. You know, so
Tim Dog is saying he's back on Xbox. He's fighting for the cause. Timmy, we don't want you on Xbox sides. Go to Nintendo. Go to the Ouya. Go to anything else. Don't come on the Xbox side, please.
He got really, you know, really cocky. The pro sucks. I think the sexual.
He said that all the pro sucks.
Transmitted disease. It's so.
He said he got an STD from the PlayStation Pro.
Weird. It just sucks. Like, seriously, like, get Game Pass, get a powered seat PC, which is really an Xbox, and wait for the Magnimus, and Xbox is back, man.
So that is Tim Dog there. Tim Dog is trying his hardest to come back to Xbox. I mean, this week was crazy. Tim Dog is trying to come back. We have rumors that PlayStation is bringing more games to Xbox. And, of course, we could look forward to Xbox at the Tokyo Game Show. So, I mean, that's a full show for you guys tonight. They're easy. How you going there, man? Are you still up? Did you drop to sleep? And I'm talking a rap there, on a rap there, man. So, guys, you guys supported DEZ. DEZ, don't forget to put your channel in the chat so these guys could support. He also has a YouTube. He's more the casual gamer side. He plays phone games and so forth. But guys, thank you guys for rocking out with me tonight. This was a wonderful chat. I mean, the whole slate is coming, guys. Just to tie we off tonight, I am going to play that song over again because I want these ponies to hear it. I want you guys to hear that the whole slate is coming. Listen to me. Thank you guys for rocking out. As the song plays, guys, I will be reading out some of your names as the song plays. Listen to this song. Yo, shout out to Sir Bravian for such a magnificent song. So, kick it off. Bruv, the whole slate is coming. Let's get it. Shout out to Dear Reezy. Dear Reezy.
PlayStation faithful right down to their soul.
DJ Johnson.
They thought exclusives were a fortress wall, but now those walls they start to fall.
D'Angelo Parker.
Final Fantasy remake, Death Stranding 2. Showing up on Xbox, what you gonna do?
President Jim Ryan.
Fanboys crying, petitions in hand, but real gamers just understand. Whole slate's coming, hear the thunder roll. Whole slate's coming, crashing through your soul.
Archangel Nectar.
No escaping fate.
The Big Money.
Slate's coming through the Game Pass gate. Fanboys crying, shouting in vain.
Yeah.
You lost your grip and losing your game.
Come on.
Could have spoke with your wallet, but you stood still.
Come on,
now
man.
Xbox to experience the whole damn thrill.
One more time.
Whole slate's coming.
Jonathan.
Whole slate's coming. Intergalactic coming through. Whole slate's coming. Watch Killzone ignite. Whole slate's coming.
Professor Strong.
Resistance tonight.
Fourth one.
Where is factions?
Where's
is
factions?
Where is factions?
She gone.
She gone, man.
She gone. Let me end it off here, man. Guys, thank you guys for rocking out with me. Take it easy. Don't forget to put God first and mankind after, man. Take it easy, guys. Later.